Well, I was really debating whether to come on tonight because I did the Z-epoxy fiberglass on the cheek cowl, and it's still not quite dry. It's a little sticky. But in order to get this thing going for tomorrow, I want to get the Super-fil on it so tomorrow I can sand it all up. Now, because this is it's a job that, I mean, it's not going to be a concourse airplane, but it's going to be nice. I went ahead and used the last bit of primer I had on this thing. I've fiberglassed the nose. I put a nose block filler in it. Now, this is not the engine that's going to go in it, but an engine just like this will go in it, and it fits in there. And it gives it more strength, and it looks a lot better. It looks more finished. So tonight, I'm going to add the Super-fil in here and on here, and we'll do the stabilizer and get this all ready, and come tomorrow we'll sand it up, and hopefully by this weekend I can paint this fuselage. I'm going to paint it red, and then we can glue the wing in, and then I'll put the fillets in it, and do it that way, because the wing is going to be just clear. It's not going to have any color on it. That's how the box is. So let's change camera view. And let me get a little working room here. Get my twist away off the bench. That's going to be a handy little object. I need my epoxy mixing tool. Now, I'm not going to do any special taping on this like I normally do. You know, I tape this, and I'm just going to go for it, and we'll sand it and be done with it. Should be a pretty nice airplane though when it's done. That's enough. Probably hey, we got some how many coats of dope? 3. You gotta put 3 on first, then you can sand. Yes, I fiberglassed the nose. I think the most important tip I can tell you about Super-fil, I like cat piss. is keep the sticks separated. 3 sticks. And as in Dayton, I use plastic spoons, but these sticks work just fine. Just never get the other stick next to that other stuff. You'll ruin the whole batch. Yep, 3 coats and then sand, lightly sand. Then there's before I start painting, there's usually about 6 or 7 coats of dope before the color goes on. So it's 3 on the bare wood, sand it, put on the tissue, 3 on the tissue, it'll start to get shiny. The minute it picks up its shine, spray your color on. Yeah, this should be fine. We got plenty there. No problem. I thought this was going to be a giveaway airplane, but it's not. It's going to Jim Barnholt, so he can give it away. That's all right. That's all right. So this will probably be a pretty quick video because it won't take much to do this job. Now you see I got some extra there. I'll come back in a minute here when I get it all on there with a razor blade and clean it up. And then after it sets, I'll use the alcohol on it and smooth it out. This is a real easy job. This is all pretty crude, pretty rudimentary. Okay. Yeah. We'll get it all on there and then clean it up afterwards. I'm starting to get out of control with this, so getting too much on my hands. Yeah. Come on. This stuff sands just like balsa wood. Rough it in with 180 and smooth it out with 320. Moving along pretty good on this thing. Close enough. Now the hard side. With all this rigmarole here, I'm going to mold this in as well. That's going to take some sanding to do that. Yeah, we'll wait till it hardens up. Looks easy, huh? It is. Put it on, sand it out. I'm trying to do this job the easiest way possible, and I believe if I paint the fuselage off the wing, it will come out better. Because I can hold it here in my hand. So now, this I'll clean off the razor blade here. So in 15 minutes, I just about got the whole Super-fil, all of it on there, and then we'll work it in. I don't know how long it'll take, but this video won't be a long video. I can tell you that right now. Just not much to this. Starting to harden up, starting to set up, getting firm. Now you don't even have to do this, but it saves a lot of sanding to shape it and smooth it out the best you can. You'll cut a couple hours of sanding off by doing it that way. Okay, this stuff is not ready to spread yet with the alcohol, but it's getting close. So we got it all on there. Yep. So now it's just a matter of waiting for the right time to smooth it. And it is starting to get firm, so it'll be 10, maybe 15 minutes more, and then we can smooth it out. And use rubbing alcohol to do that. Now it's starting to, not even gonna be that long because it's starting to be smoothable right now. Got to have the paper towels, lots of them. I always leave the Super-fil in a pile on the bench. That way you know when it's cured. It'll be rock hard in the pile, and then you can come back and sand. But if you look here, on this fillet here, oh, pretty smoothed out. But if you take a little alcohol, I mean, this would work as is, but you can really get her smooth with alcohol. I like sanding, but not any more than necessary. You just float it on there. You're sculpting. And if it's dragging, you don't have enough alcohol on your finger. You want it to feel slick, slimy. And that's the where it's going to be the smoothest. And sometimes you got to know when to stop, because if you keep smoothing it, it'll take the putty away that you need for sanding. Like right there, I got to stop now. Well, they're supposed to go out flying tomorrow, but I got laundry, so flying's no bueno for me tomorrow. I think another year's gone by that the Nats is just out of range for me. The field is about 25 miles for me, so it takes a half an hour to get there. It ain't like some of these guys got it in their backyard. And it's a nice surface, but it's crappy weather, man. If the wind's blowing at all, you got turbulence from all them stupid trees. Of course, I'm sure other guys are in the same boat, but it just ain't no fun. I can't remember when I've been out there and it's been fun to fly. It's been a job every time I go out there. Now I've got these cloth hinges underneath the silk span. I think I'm going to take Acryl Green and trowel that and smooth them out so you won't even be able to see them. I think we're going to have a problem there. Gonna have a problem. Got some Super-fil down in the hinge line. There we go. There it is. Gonna have a special stick to sand them fillets. If anybody hasn't read that Ron Burns tribute, you ought to. I did not know the guy, but I surely can appreciate the craftsmanship of his airplanes. And I think it's an absolute travesty that they only gave him 10 or 12 points or whatever it was. He was on the last row for that beautiful, because it wasn't shiny. These guys like spray shine. It's BS. That's why I was so surprised to win the concourse trophy with no spray shine. Dope only. So we'll see how it goes this year. That's it. That's about as far as I can go with this now. It's got to dry or cure or whatever you want to call it. And I'll probably sand it offline because it's rather boring. I'd like to talk about this crutch that I got here. You know, a lot of people ask me what kind of work I do inside my airplanes to make things light. Well, this is one of my crutches right here. This is a built-up engine crutch. And if you look right there, you can see how it's put together. It's It's got an 1/8 inch groove routed into it. Then balsa wood going this way between the bearers, this way. And then a cap put on top of it. And then 64th ply put on top of that. This is the tank floor. And then this is the datum line up here. And then the firewall is notched into this. It clips right into it. So that's how I do those. And of course the metal pads go to the top. And this weighs around 2, well, we can find out exactly. Way lighter than the 3-ounce range crutch that most people build. .7 ounces. So let's see how many grams that is. 46 grams. I just happen to have this sitting up here. Figured I would show you. So this video is going to be 30 minutes long, 31 minutes long. You guys got any questions on what I covered tonight? I do suggest if you're going to build profiles to go ahead and fill this filler in here to attach the motor at the front, the mount at the front. I like cheek cowls. It gives you more glue area on the wing. And part of the problems with profiles is engine vibration. If you only have a 1/2 inch, let me tilt this down. If you only have a 1/2 inch, piece at the leading edge, the profile, nature of the profile is this thing's vibrating to beat hell. So if it's vibrating, it's foaming the tank. Foaming the tank, you got erratic engine runs. So the cheek, you can even put a piece on the inside. Not on this one because the tank's in the way, but on the regular stunt plane, that you're designing, you can put a 1/2 cheek cowl on the inboard side. So you got an 1.5 inch wide section glued to the leading edge, and that really makes them solid, such as a trophy trainer or something along that line. Well, I just don't know what to talk about. I wanted to get that done tonight, so tomorrow I can sand it, paint it, and we'll glue it together. I'll have this puppy done by the weekend. I gotta go out and buy him some wheels. 2 pairs of wheels. Alrighty. How many on the top of Super-fil before color? Well, I'm going to prime them. 1 coat of primer, just prime it. And if you have followed my finishing methods, this is a little different. This project's different. But if you follow my finishing methods and you put white dope in the clear and you brought everything up from the wood, your airplane should be pretty much white by the time you're ready to put the color on it. 6 coats of dope, as I do, where it has 2 tablespoons of white dope in a quart, it's white when you're ready to paint. And then it's just any color. If you want to use red over the white or yellow over the white or whatever, it's just and it's ready to go. Don't worry, you don't have to paint it, put so much paint on it you can't see through the wing. When you hold it up to the light, my airplanes, you can see light through the wings. because there's no paint on them and no primer. The only reason why I'm priming this is it's fast, it's a profile, and I happen to have a can. But that can of primer is $15. This stuff is so damn expensive. Everything you do is so expensive. Maybe it was $18. Whatever, that's Duplicolor primer. Sand it with sand. It doesn't matter. I'm going to paint the airplane anyway. But it's, sand it with 320 and put some paint on it. The problem is with fillets. The trick with fillets is you don't paint fillets. If you do, you'll end up with the problem I had on the orange one. If you load any paint into the fillet area, it'll pop right up. So you don't paint fillets. You just kind of dust it on. Color it up and hopefully it don't lift. This will probably I'll sand this. I'll shoot this whole thing with primer again. Sand it again to get it smooth and then start shooting the red on it. On a good day, in my younger years, I could have this airplane done tomorrow because it's real close. Well, that's not true because I'm going to paint this fuselage, stick the wing in there, tape off, or it'll be painted red. I'm going to tape off the fillets, or put fillets on this, and then paint the fillets. So it'll be dust the paint on it, and then paint the whole thing clear. The whole shebang. This has 6 coats of dope on it now, and I'll probably get another 4 or 5 on it anyway, 50-50. But she came out perfect. Perfect. Not a crinkle anywhere. I've just got to remember to wax and grease remove everything off of this. And anybody buys this kit, do not follow the kit's method for mounting landing gear. I used half of their technology and most of mine, but I would design it yourself because this is very poor. And if I had to build this again for myself, I would put a compression spar in it. It would go from this rib to this rib. So I would cut out a notch in these 3 ribs here, stick in a piece of basswood, make it flush with this spar right here, or maybe even under the spar and put the sheeting over the top of it. Of course, I don't know. It's there's no room in this airplane. It's an awful thin wing for a suspended bell crank, but I did end up getting a suspended type bell crank in this instead of one on the floor, which very rarely works. You can pull, if you guys ever are mounting your bell cranks on a floor with a bolt, it's not a good idea. No matter how much bracing you put in to keep that thing from pulling out, I'll guarantee you can pull it out because it's pulling on the top of that bolt. It's pulling the bell crank at its side, but if you go with a full rod between compression spars, it's pulling straight across. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing the bell crank as they state to do this either. Alrighty, we got 40 minutes in. Any questions? Remember, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock is going to be our members only Zoom meeting. So if you're not a paid member, go down there and hit the join button. And there you'll be able to share your projects with me and ask me questions. You show it to me and I'll give you an answer. And but you got to have a camera, got to have a microphone. And let's see what else. Oh, and if these videos help you, grab yourself a t-shirt, go to my channel, hit the shop button at the top, and that'll take you to the store. And there's two different styles. One, the classic stunt hanger going down this way with the SV11, or the Thunderbolt derivative that I did in 2008 or 9. So that's on there. Plus you can get mugs, keychains. I mean, I'll do some more stuff if you guys are so inclined. You know, we could do something. I don't know. Bed sheets. Alrighty. Like, subscribe, share. Remember, you know, when I'm going to live stream the Nats, so start getting those super chats in now. Not tonight; it's too late. But or you super thanks in tonight, and that money goes to help me pay for the bandwidth to shoot live on at the Nats. It's I probably got it covered this year for now, but I'll need bandwidth when I get there. So I appreciate you guys' support, everything you guys do. I hope you guys enjoy the content, and hopefully the format for the live stream is acceptable, because that's the best I can do. I can only do 2.5 hours. That's plenty. 9:30, and then let somebody else take over. But if you're a member, you can stay on for the after party. I might do a locals channel too. You know, I don't know, because there's so much censorship going on. Anyway, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.